Hey, in this video I'm going to show you how to prepare and configure custom dice. So we're going to focus on this part of the UI here. The active field for choosing dice is this one. You can type in the name of your dice and it will be loaded. And you can just empty it to come back to the default dice. Those fields here are doing two things: copy the name you prepared in the active field, and then load it. So now, where do those names come from? At this point we have to leave YAG to go where it's working. Everything YAG needs on your computer is stored in this directory here: My Documents, My Games, YAG. I will make a dedicated video to fully present this directory, but for now we'll go directly in the dice directory, which is here in Client Dice Properties. You can now realize that the names that we are typing here are just the names of the subdirectories where the custom dice are stored. A few of them are managed by YAG, and it will recreate them every time it starts, so you can never lose them. One of them is called default, and it contains the configuration files for default dice. It will help us understand how it works. So every die is configured using two files: one for the faces textures and one for the display and counting values. Those files must always have the name you are seeing here. Those are the names that YAG is going to be looking for in your custom directory. The texture is a mask. It's going to be used internally as an alpha channel, so it has to be white on black. The text files contain 3 columns. The first is the face to be changed. The second is the value of this face for the total, the sum. It must be a number. And the third is the text to display in the details. It can be any sort of text. For default dice, all 3 columns are identical except for the D10, where the face 10 is going to count as 0, as you can see here. The layout directory is not used for the dice. It's just a place where I store the templates you might need to create custom dice, as we'll see later on. We can now have a look at the modified dice YAG is providing. The D6 texture is dotted. The D6 text is not modifying the counting values, but changes the displayed text. The D10 texture replaces here a 0 by a 10. And the D10 text is just putting back the 10 to its wanted value. By the way, those dice are all locals, which has 2 important consequences. First, every player will have to install them locally. Second, yes, it's very easy to cheat, just a matter of changing a text file. I didn't put any anti-cheat mechanism because I believe you should trust the people you play with, and because there is always a way to work around and cheat anyway, so coding this would be both complex and useless in my opinion. Nevertheless, I did put a button in the settings panels here that displays the state of every connected players, so you can cheat, but you can be seen anytime anyone clicks this button. Now, as a working example, I'm going to show you how I did the Lovecraft D6. So first I downloaded a few pictures. The keyword silhouette here is very useful to get black on white pictures. Then I inverted the pictures, the colors, to get white on black pictures. When we have all our pictures, we can create a composite image. So here in paint.net, we can start with the default texture or a black background, doesn't matter for this die here. We can then add the D6 template that we saw earlier in the default layout directory, and then add our pictures one by one over the faces here. When done, remove the template layer and save as a PNG. Don't forget to name it with the correct name so YAG can find it, and put it in your final custom directory. So now when we ask Yak to read this custom tier, it will find what it needs to replace the faces and text for the D6. Very quickly, the set of decorated dice was even easier to do. I just took one texture, and I put holes in it for every dice. You can see the result here. So all in all, very easy. Alright, I'm gonna end up this video here. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.